Well, there she is. CRF450RL 2002. So I got this tidy tail system. I bought it used. It's only 300 miles. I was looking for a bike for a long time, and well, I had a CRF450R, and I used to ride motocross all the time, and I liked it a lot. And I like Hondas a lot, but there's all kinds of other models out there. But I'm going to tell you right now, I like this fucking bike. I love this freaking bike. I got this little tail tidy on here. It doesn't connect directly. You have to do some wiring and some soldering. But everything's right in here. Right blinker, left blinker, light for the brake light, and tail light. Right blinker, left blinker. Stock exhaust, right? Okay. Everything's stock. But I put a bigger gas tank on. I'm out in the middle of Black Forest in Florida. I don't know, man. That's beautiful out here. It's like Ducati stuff. Seriously. This is what you want to do when you're dual sporting. Explore this stuff. So you got to put a couple of these on because you're going to hit the dirt a couple of times. You don't want to screw up everything, especially the sand. It's pretty thick sometimes. You see, I already made some marks. Oh no! And I put this big gas tank on it. There's only modifications I've done. I'll tell you right now. This big gas tank is a IMS copy. I got it on eBay for like half the price, but then I did have to buy another cap for it. Then I got this mount, holds my phone in there. Put these on right here. And I made sure all the levers and stuff were adjusted for me, which wasn't easy. So I got me a new shifter, and I cut out some stuff here. Can you see it? Where is it? Gotta go down. Okay, I see my finger. Follow it. See that cut out there? That's so the shifter can go up high enough. I needed to get it up high to make room for my boot. Also grounded these down a little bit so my boot could angle down in here and get under this. I ordered a new shifter too. And this one turns around and gives you a little bit more elevation. So after I took it out, moved it up a spline, it was hitting everything up here. I'm like, oh man, I still can't get my boot in there and shift right. So then I cut it out and got this other shifter, and it also rotates this, and it's oblong, so you could rotate it up. Right now it's in the up position, but it's a good position because one spline up, then I got more adjustability here. Now with everything that I've done, I can shift really fast now. Before it was embarrassing. So that's one thing I had to make it like. Because when I used to ride motocross, you want all your shit right? And then the brake. You know, you got to adjust this. So once I get this down far enough for when you're standing up and riding, then you got to get in here and see this. You got to adjust it so your brake light doesn't constantly stay on if you lower your pedal, your brake pedal. I didn't do that once. And I'm like, oh shoot, I screwed up my wiring on my tail tidy. So I went to the tail tidy and I rechecked everything. I'm like, what? Wait, man, there's got to be a sensor, but it's not easy to see it. So I'll tell you right there. There's a knob here. You adjust this if you adjust that. Okay. Everything's stock. The fake IMS tank's working really good. I'm really happy with it. I had to remove these right here from the mounts here because it was in the way of the tank, because the tank extends out. But it was a perfect fit. I had to do some little bit of grinding under here, remove a little material. And then you had to move some rubber supports that are on the frame. You had to space them a little bit differently to fit into the notches of the tank. When you're putting the tank on, it won't go in there until you do that. Set flush. So I wanted to keep all the flashing and safety stuff on here. So these little metal things that have these on them right here, They're coming out here. I put a hole right here and just took them off, put them in here. So I've got all the flashing that stock has. No turn signals sticking out to break off though. Instead, I just put some more of those things there, you know. They were down here before on stuff. Anyway, that's the quick review of the stock bike. I'm running about 15 pounds of pressure out here in the sand. It's okay. I can go lower, but it runs great on the street. It is 78 miles an hour here, smooth as silk. Let me tell you, that's a relief after having a 1991 Harley. But I want to talk about the 550 performance and the stalling and the flame out and everything. If you ride a CRF450RL and you've been motocrossing and you take that thing off-road trail riding, you know, it's not an enduro bike. It just isn't. It doesn't have that low end. Motocross are going a little bit faster. But when I first was test riding these, one guy had it with a pipe on there and didn't have an ECU upgrade. And man, that thing was dangerous to drive. And his launch and freaking stall and freaking have engine braking. It will throw you over the handlebars. So I'm just telling you, and everybody's worried about, oh, you got to get a pipe, you got to get this, costs $2,500 to upgrade it to be good. No, you don't, not even. I got the 550 Performance one for this, cost $200, and now it runs just like a CRF450R without the, you know, maybe 10 horsepower less, but it still gained 4 horsepower, so it's running like 41 right now, and man, I just love it. And I don't have any problems with the throttle. I mean, it took me a couple of days to get used to it. I almost got used to it before I got the 550 thing, but now I got the 550 on. It reminds me exactly like my CRF 450R, which I used to ride on the motocross. But this thing is just perfect for out here, man. I'm telling you what. And I still get stuck in some of this crap here, getting lost. And I have to go slow and clutch it through because it's sandy and falling in. And I get it. I know no stalling, really. I attribute any stalling and flame outs on me. It won't normally do it. Still at idle, you give it a little bit of throttle, but sometimes it go, you know. But that's just a little technique. You work with the clutch. You know where that is. It's happened on all the CRF 450Rs. But I'm not sure about the X's. I hear the X's on the RL have the same flame out issue, but I know the tendency of the motocross version, and you can deal with that. It can do it. It's not made for trail riding, but it can be done. But this is a trail bike, and it has the same kind of low end characteristics as the motocross version, and you can deal with that. You don't need no tricky throttle thing. You don't need a big flywheel. I mean, but if you were going to do enduro, I'd get one of those fancy clutches, you know. I mean, for $2,000, I wouldn't, because I don't need to do that. I don't want to drop this bike constantly, but I do want to haul ass and take jumps, and I do want to be able to control it good at low speed and in the sand low speed. Now it's doing it. 550 Performance. I'm telling you what, I sent my stock chip in there. They done it. Runs just like that. That's what you want when you buy this bike. People that buy this bike usually come from motocross, and they're really, really admiring the CRF 450. Always been like the leading edge, but they had a little issue with this, but it's fixed for $200. So all you need is $200. Get yourself a bigger tank so you can be out there longer. So it's not a big investment, and that's the bottom line. All right, guys, happy motoing and adventure riding. Have a nice day.